Ain't no ass Steppin with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody, for staying with us and continuing to fellowship with us here live in the Dead Legacy Internet Radio. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893. We are, in fact, the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Having a little fun with the music tonight. We playing soulful white folks tonight. Soulful white.
Yes, I'm Michael McDonald. He is.
Oh, I was gonna say, where's that furry head man? What's the furry head man? He cut his hair now.
Simply Red.
No, not
furry
him.
head man.
The other one.
Yeah, that
Kenny G.
No, the other one that they say sounds like a black man, which he sounds like he's got a horse.
Michael McDonald's the only one that I could think
of. It's Michael McDonald.
You talking about Craig? Sorry. Yeah, it's funny to me. I'm sorry.
No. Come on, y'all. All right, come on, y'all. Help me out. Who's the curly
head?
Social
media. Furry head white dude that sounds like a black guy.
That they said sounds like a
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake?
No.
Justin Timberlake? All right. No. Well, I got a playlist. So, I mean, if they're not already on the list, then I'm sorry.
His voice is kind of... I can't even do his voice.
You talking about you talking about Michael Bolton? You talking about Michael Bolton?
Yes. Yeah. That's him.
Michael Bolton. When a man loves a woman.
That's him.
Yeah, Michael Bolton. Yeah.
Don't play him.
No, I'm not going to play him. He's not on the list. I already set up the song list. So, if I didn't play your song, I mean, like, my bad, yo.
Did you play Rehab?
No.
Do you know who Rehab is?
Yeah, that's Amy Winehouse, man.
No. The artist Rehab.
There's an artist called Rehab?
There's an artist called Rehab.
Yeah, no, never heard of him.
If anybody has ever heard of Rehab,
you know I'm gonna have to Google it.
And has heard the song.
Please, when you Google it, Toyana,
sitting at
let
the
us
bar,
know if she's full of shit. If she's full of shit, then we're gonna pick on her for the rest of the night.
The artist.
And one of my favorite songs is Sitting at the Bar.
Joy, Sid, Hakeem, Broderick, I know you're listening. Hit us up with a note, because make yourself known. I see you, man. And Arthur, Desiree, Monique, everybody that's listening, we see y'all. Hit us up in social media and let us know if y'all think SY is crazy or if you think I'm
Rehab,
crazy.
the artist. I mean,
hey, did y'all understand that?
No,
everyone.
Okay, Rehab, music by Rehab performing bartender song.
That's right.
Sitting at a bar. All right, so December 2009, and I know you have, I got it on mute though, but
you pulling up them on YouTube?
It's actually a YouTube
to pull that song.
Right.
The artist is Rehab.
Sitting at the bar.
Soul for white folk?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Hear me out.
Okay, go for it.
I want you to listen to the song and tell me if that's not the funniest you ever heard. I heard that song by mistake. Actually, when Amy Winehouse's song came out.
All right. Well, let me find out. Ain't no Step with Marcus J. Joy and Sid are both enjoying the Hall of Notes that we just played.
He actually had shown Amy Winehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, Sid, I'm sorry. I can't play two Hall of Notes songs in one night. I played one-on-one. I did have to make a choice. And you hear Toyana's playing this group Rehab a little bit.
Oh, wow. She knows the words.
And she's buffering, so
I love it.
We're losing
and I'm buffing.
She's buffering. But
I think my tablet is racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Put soulful white folk and a black girl's tablet won't work.
I know.
The door was locked, so I kicked it in.
I'm confused. I thought we were talking about white men that had soul.
No, soulful white folks. And Joy, she's agreeing. She was thinking of Amy Winehouse as well.
I
when you said
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
What you got?
I love all sorts of music.
No,
I do too.
We
do too.
And I can come up with some artists and some songs that just drive you like, what the?
Hey, look, man.
That was a what the
I'll
hell
be honest
moment.
with you, though.
I would say that was ratchet. Did you have me play it?
No. When you hear the song now.
I'll be honest with you, though. Half the stuff that I like, I wouldn't play on the show because then y'all would stop listening. You know what I mean? Like, I like all kinds of stuff.
You know we all like.
Well, that's what did they just play that is for. That's what did they just play that is for.
And they all love. Did they just?
And that's why I play it on that show. I don't play it on this show, but I play it on that show. Well, that's why I got more. They listen to this show to listen to SY and listen to Toyana and listen to whoever. They don't listen to the show for me. They don't give a shit about me. They listen to the show for y'all. They don't listen for me But when we play like crazy stuff on Did They Just Play That, I might play Buju Banton, Tupac, and Frank Sinatra in like succession.
Wait.
You know what I mean?
You know when you do reggae again, you got to get Diseases. Remember that?
I don't want no
remember
diseases.
That one?
That make me not feel too
Y'all
good.
remember that song?
I don't want no song called Diseases. That makes me feel weird.
You got the elephantitis.
I might. Uh-oh. I think our special guest just walked into the door. So I am going to introduce our special guest as we move into this segment. Y'all, when y'all turn on the same airwaves that you listen to every single Wednesday night, you hear this person along with their co-host on the Green Room version 2.0 with my main man Jay Grizzy. You got the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio who just walked into the building. We got comedianess Lissa P. What's up, girl?
Ow! What's going on? Ain't no half stepping with Marcus. Yo, I'm out of breath. I'm so fat. Shit. Oh,
we say shit sometimes.
She thinks it's Wednesday.
I'm sorry.
We say shit sometimes. We don't say it a lot, but we say it sometimes.
How are you guys?
Hey,
boo. Last time I saw you was partying.
Hey, no, thank you for coming to my party.
Yo, you had the best party, yo. It was great.
Thank you.
Your dad caught us off guard, but I love him. Hey, Dad.
He snapped some pictures, yeah.
Fantastic party. Good to see you, Marcus J.
What's up, Lissa P?
And Squash just ran up. Yo, let me just tell y'all something. Squash the beef. Oh, sorry. I have to put it in my mouth. Okay. Squash.
Ooh, I popped my cherry. Did you hear it?
Yeah. The look on your face was priceless, yo. That's why we get you.
No.
Not that cherry.
Not that one.
Not that cherry.
Oh, gosh.
All right, should we do it for her? Should we do it for her when we open up the show? I said, if you're lying, and she said,
You must be ain't no half stepping.
What was that?
how I open up the show, I always have to guess.
But it was a little bit more
I
like I was trying to rush it.
I
You
always have to
know,
guess open
you
up the
missed
show.
it. It was like
I'm
on
sorry.
it.
I have to.
I got like raped quickly.
The rebroadcast will be up when, Marcus J. Right after
Like
this, right?
immediately following.
Okay.
You know,
the
like
show.
he
I'll make sure I
just
listen to
went and raped me quickly. I
did.
didn't have a chance.
That's sexy. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting to hear about you popping that other drink.
Joy is loving you, Lissa. She says that Lissa P is a mess and you ain't fat. That's what Joy said.
That's right.
Yo, for us, no, seriously, I can't breathe. So I mean, it may not be no fat and stuff, but that was my goal. You know, yeah, I'm far from that. That's why I'm out of breath. But anyway, like I was saying, really quick, people out there,
Yeah.
squash any beef that you have. That's really, and I'm gonna just be personal. That's why I was late, because I was squashing some beef. Unnecessary, immature beef. Got it squashed. Everything is great.
Everybody's good.
Everybody's good. Weight lifted off. Everybody's gonna party. So squash the beef is not worth it. Love everybody. Okay, I'm done.
That's what it is. Ain't no ass Steppin Marcus. Yeah, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Listen, you want to get into some what the hell? You want to ask the question, or in this case, answer the question?
Sure.
What the hell? You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
All right. I got a few things that I'm gonna get to, but the first thing that I'm gonna get to is a story that is local to us here in the Richmond, Virginia area. This story is I'm getting it from thegrio.com, but I don't have to get it from thegrio.com because we here in the Richmond, Virginia area are well versed on the story of Lil Marty Cobb, who was the 8-year-old boy who was beaten to death as he tried to defend his 12-year-old sister from a brutal rape outside their family's home last week. I'm having a hard time talking about this story just because it reminds me of my sister, who is a couple years younger than me. And when I heard the story, the first thing I wanted to do was call my sister because, first of all, I miss her and she's in New Jersey. And if you listen, I love you. Second of all, it reminds me when we grew up in Jersey City, you know, Marcus J wasn't no tough guy. I had a big ass mouth, which got me in some trouble. I wasn't no punk. And my sister knew I wasn't no punk. And sometimes my big mouth got me into some fights. And my sister, who's 5 years younger than me and a girl, would hold me down whenever my mouth got me into something. And so I thought about my little sister when, I should call her little, she's a grown ass woman, but I thought about my sister when I thought about Marty Cobb, 8 years old, defending his 12-year-old sister from a brutal attack. And so I just wanted to get thoughts. I know that, Lissa has siblings, and so does Tuyana has a sibling as well. Just kind of give me a quick thought on this story, and then we're going to move on, because obviously I'm already having a hard time talking about it. But I thought that we would be remiss on this show if we didn't acknowledge a local story that has garnered national headlines because of the bravery and the heroic acts of young Marty Cobb, 8-year-old boy holding down his sister. Listen, I want you in on this one first. What's your thoughts when you hear the story?
Well, of course, I want to give the condolences out to the family, most definitely. Of course, he is beyond brave, beyond a hero, 8 years old, protecting his sister, protecting a woman, being the man of the house. He did what he was supposed to do. So, again, I don't want to spend too much time on it either. I do have nieces and nephews. My nephew is 19 and my niece is 14. So, I can see, that happening, even in the vice versa, but I feel like we need to come together. It's so bad when things like this and this tragic have to happen before everybody wants to jump on let's get the community together and fight for what we need to do. Why does it have to come to this point? Mental illness, whatever it may be, we need to look into it. Again, we need to stick together as a community, as Black people. We just need to do what we need to do. And also, I went to Wells Fargo today, and if you want to make any donations, they are taking them there at Wells Fargo. I asked the teller how long would they be taking donations, and they said until the account closes. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be open for a while. So if you want to make donations, your local nearest Wells Fargo, they do have the account numbers there. You can't call the bank. They won't give you the account number, of course, to make like a deposit. You have to go there. So again, condolences to the family, and hey, he's more than a hero. Good angel, though. I
agree. 100% agree. Toyana, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. God be with the family. And it's just so misfortunate that something had to happen for a community to have a voice again. But now I'm looking at that this community is got some demons in it. They had just recently updated that there were shots fired after the vigil. So don't want to say is it gang related or family related, but I think it's just a bad spot that you have, these children in communities that they have to kind of, protect one another. And I'm 6 years older than my brother, so I do remember when I've had to fight for my brother, or we were, tag team people on the play yard, but at the end of the day, I just wish that everybody will understand that this was a punk. I don't want to give any accolades to the guy who murdered this young guy, but I do want it to be understood. You are a punk if you are 16 years old, or I don't care if you were 9 years old. For you to feel that you had to shoot or murder an 8-year-old and strangle his 12-year-old sister, something's not right. I don't care if it is mental illness or not. You just deserve that title. And I hope that justice will be served. And I hope that everybody will understand that these are the times that we're in. And again, for him to be 8 years old and able to not have any fear to protect his family, his sister, that speaks volumes.
He was holding his family down. And that's what you do. I mean, as a little man, a big man, you hold your family down. That's what you do. And so, when I think of little Marty Cobb, I think about all of the punks in the world who hide behind weapons and all that kind of stuff. And I think about how this little boy who defended his sister with his bare hands and gave his life for it. And, I just want to honor him. It makes me sad. And I didn't bring this up to bring the show down. I brought it up to show that oftentimes we tell these stories on the news about how these young people do these terrible things, but here we have the story of a young man who instinctually knew that something bad's going on with somebody he loves, and he knew the right thing was to step in between, and unfortunately he gave his life for it. So I want to give some love to young Marty Cobb.
Also give much love as well to the little girl, because you know she's gonna have to deal with this, not only what happened to her, but what happened to her brother. And like, you know, I heard some psychologists say, you know, the effect of she's gonna go through why him, you know, why my brother. So, you know, many prayers to her as well.
100% agree with that. Ain't no that Steppin with Marcus. Yeah. All right, listen. Let's move on and take another story. Kind of this story, when I heard it, it kind of made me. I'm actually laughing as I'm thinking about it. This next story made me laugh. Toriana, I want you to jump in on this one first. And Alyssa, I definitely want you on this one as well. This is, I'm getting... I'm sorry.
You're laughing already.
I am. I'm sorry. That's why we call this segment What the Hell. This one I'm getting from the Washington Post. It's a story about a couple of Colorado fourth graders who got arrested because they were selling weed. But they were selling weed that they got from grandma's stash.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. Fourth grade.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Fourth grade.
Who's gonna arrest Granny for real?
It was Granny. I mean, and it's Colorado. It's legal there.
Yes, legal.
But
she got cataracts.
But she don't even need to have cataracts because it's Colorado.
And it's
legal. But where it's not legal is when it's a fourth grade boy who takes a small amount of leafy marijuana to Montfort Elementary School in Greeley, Colorado. He sold it to 3 classmates on the schoolyard. He made $11 on the deal.
I see. I'm reading this.
The next day, one of the buyers brought an edible to school and gave it to the boy who sold him the weed.
Yeah.
One student admitted to taking a small bite of the edible, but a medical exam did not indicate any harm. Voters in Colorado obviously approved the possession of use of small amounts of cannabis by adults for recreational use a couple years ago in 12, which was the first state. But this is a little bit different because this is a kid who went and got it from Granny's stash and sold it to the homies at the school. So, Tiana, let me ask you this first. We can be grown-ups about this, or we can have fun. You know, I'm sorry. That's why I just distracted the hell out of me, because she in here posing. She stepped out for a minute, and then she comes back and she wants to freaking Vogue for me, and it distracted me. But it was a Vogue. But we can be grown-ups about the story, or we can have fun with it. So I'm gonna allow you to do whatever you want to do with the story based on the information that we're given. Listen, I want you in on this one next. What's your thoughts, man? We urge all parents, grandparents, and anyone who cares for children to treat marijuana as you would prescription drugs, alcohol, even firearms. The drug is potentially lethal to children and should always be kept under lock and key from any young people. This is what Jennifer Sheldon, the principal of Montfort Elementary School, said in a letter that she sent to all the parents. What's your thoughts?
Well, at least he knows to sell and get money.
He's a little entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, you say be serious. You can always laugh. I mean, at least he was smart that he didn't just try to smoke it. He understood that, okay, I can make. Now, I don't think he was good in math. I don't think he was smart in math, because $11 is really nothing in the fourth grade world.
I mean, it ain't a lot in the weed world. Damn, the fourth grade.
I know. So I'm just trying to figure out. He might need we may need to figure out what kind of math skill level he's on in the fourth grade for him to do that. But you know what? Colorado legalized this.
Yeah.
They should know, or should have been prepared, that there's going to be outcomes like this. Do I condone this? Definitely not. But grandma has it. She didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Should she locked it up? Absolutely. But how many times have our parents locked up things or hid things from us, or they thought they hid things from us, but we knew where the stash was. We knew how to get into it. We knew what it looked like.
But the only thing with that, though, is if it was a gun instead of weed, it could have had a crazy outcome. Listen, let me get you jump in here. Toyana touched on something about the amount of money that he made. You think Granny is mad that she sold his stash for only $11?
First off, shout out to Lil Bob Marley. Word. Getting his jank early. Hey, look, times is hard, man. You got to get a hustle.
I know, that's why young.
Yo, $11. That's good. You know, he could only get for so much for the little leaf that he pulled off. Come on. For all you smokers, for real. Don't act like that. Toyana. What's your name? Toriana. God, I don't call it. Okay, let me just say Toy. T.
I don't.
Sapphire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Ooh, girl.
I don't smoke the cannabis.
Oh, so you trying to say that you never had like kids that you've worked with partake in anything like that? So they've never really explained. Have you never seen it?
I've seen it. I've smelled it.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to partake to really know that if they get a leaf off, that you really can't sell that much. You know what I'm saying? So $11 was good for the pinch that he may have received. So for real, Grandma may not have been mad. That was $11 up to what she had.
They're saying
you feel me?
So they're saying it was a leaf.
So a leaf. So trust me, sugar.
Okay.
Can you draw a leaf, please? I'll give you time.
I know. I've seen the Bob Marley leaf. Is it a leaf? I'm thinking it was like a nickel bag.
Grandma had
What's
some
that,
weed in Colorado.
Well,
Fourth
nickel.
grader took a leaf,
but I'm
off
sure with
it,
inflation,
took it to school, sold it to the other fourth graders, got $11 for the leaf. So you know, for real, that's kind of good. You know what I'm saying?
How much does that cost?
I know. I told y'all.
If he took a pinch off of Grandma's bag, Grandma ain't got for so much. Did it say how much she had?
Maybe she had cataracts though.
So, but did it say how much?
Oh my
Grandma
God.
They didn't say.
So this is real serious.
So, okay, hold on. We're gonna get to the serious side in a second. Let me just finish this, please. Okay. Again, shout out to Little Bob Marley. He had to start a hustle early. So look, if he took a pinch off of Grandma's weed, it ain't but so much. So for real, if a pinch, I give you a little bit, and I give you a little bit, and I get $11 for that. And I'm done. Grandma, we got eggs, bacon, whatever we're going to need for breakfast in the morning. Now, on the serious side, no. The churn shouldn't be smoking because, for real, that slows them down.
Well, how big is a leaf? Is the size of my hand?
No, that's not a leaf.
We're going to take you
That's
around.
not a leaf?
We're going to take you around the hood.
We're going to take you.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to take you
to the hood. I can take you to Chesterfield.
We're going to get you some weed etiquette.
Too.
Yeah, we're going to pull it up. Can't y'all pull up the cannabis on there? Yeah. But anyway, all seriousness, of course, things get, I'd rather for weed to get in their hands than guns. Like I said, nobody got hurt.
I'll be honest with you, man. We ain't never heard no stories.
Like that,
recently we heard stories about weed having people wild out. But for the most part, you don't hear stories about weed people wilding out.
Yeah, and just think some fourth graders. Look at their body. Look at their immune systems. If they even smoke a little bit, come on now, they're going to be real slow versus the adults who may be slow and dumb. But kids ain't going to do but so much. So they'll be all right. They just fall asleep in class.
In all seriousness.
Well, they do that anyway without weed.
See what I'm saying?
Too.
So here's
what I'll say about this before we move on to the next story.
That's
Grandma, you can't have your weed out so your kids can find it, your grandkids can find it, and sell it at school, because the truth of the matter is, the kids is going to do whatever they can do to make a buck at school. I remember the kids that used to sell candy at school. It's about a hustle. They want the little extra dollars or whatever it is that they can do. So I put it on Grandma for leaving it somewhere where the kids can find it. Not only that, I also put it on Grandma for letting the kids have the idea that this is something that they even want to sell at school. You know what I mean? Like, why is this something that to them is worth a deal? So as Lisa P gives Toyana a lesson in marijuana etiquette.
I'm just getting high off of this already, and I'm just looking at the list.
Because if y'all could have seen the look on Toyana's face, she had like the oh shit look on her face.
For anybody who may be listening to Legacy Internet Radio tonight and hear Lisa P's voice and know where Lisa P's full-time employment is, Lisa P does not partake in these things. I am bringing up a Google image of this to show her what a leaf looks like. So I'm trying. So
with the thread to take me to the hood afterwards.
Till we get get outside and I will pick up a leaf and I will give you all pieces. And if you give me $11 for it, I will be happy.
You know what? When I said get a side gig earlier, y'all,
that ain't what you meant.
Not what I had in mind.
No, I ain't doing that crap.
All right.
I'm too paranoid, and I can't run either.
Ain't no hashtag real Marcus J. All right, listen. I'm gonna go around the room. I'm gonna ask a question. I want a yes or no answer. And then after I get the yes or no answer, then I'll get into the story that led me to ask the question. You guys got me so far? All right, that's why you are first. Do you because you on my left. I'm going left to right, like reading a book, left to right.
All right. Because then we in Japan and go from the back to the front.
Toyana, wait till you get that.
Hey, now.
You know what? I'm at the wrong show. What's today?
Hey, look, man. Hey, all right, listen.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes, sir.
Do you support the death penalty, yes or no?
Yes.
Listen, P, do you support the death penalty, yes or no?
Yes.
Toyana, do you support the death penalty, yes or no?
Yes.
All right, so we got 3 yeses, and you gotta, depends on the day that I am asked the question. Today I say yes, tomorrow I might not say yes. So 4 yeses.
Yeah, tomorrow I might say no.
Well, that ain't fair. Then tomorrow I probably say no.
But today we got
us again tomorrow.
Today we got 4 yeses, tomorrow we got 4 no's. But the reason why I bring this up is the execution or the attempted execution that went on last week in Oklahoma with Clayton Lockett. And you got a lot of death penalty opponents and lawyers of condemned prisoners who said that the botched execution of Clayton Lockett, who was a convicted killer in Oklahoma, could have far-reaching impact on death penalty states, potentially putting the brakes on at least temporarily using these particular death penalty lethal injection methods. Of course, they say that he struggled violently, Clayton Lockett, and groaned and writhed in pain after the legal drugs were administered by Oklahoma officials on Tuesday last week. So my question, I'm going to come to you first, SY. I want to know if you, one, have heard about this story, and two, if you have, tell me what your thoughts are on the obviously painful and torturous death that this man obviously has suffered, because you've got some people who are opponents of the death penalty have issues with torturous death penalty deaths. They would much rather you take someone out very quickly as opposed to torturously, even people who bury folks alive like this bastard did. So what's your thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
I went there.
I didn't know that's what he did.
He buried somebody alive.
Yeah,
You know.
he shot her.
You
The
know.
little white girl.
And then he buried her alive.
He buried her alive. Yes.
I can't help but laugh and say, good for him. I really can't for something like that. Now, the only reason I know it's bad and the hell that he might have went through, and the only reason, and it's not a good reason, but it's the only reason, is from watching The Green Mile. And in the part with The Green Mile where the guy didn't put the water on the sponge, and but you can't do things to people. And in his case, maybe I don't even think the death penalty should have been for him for something like that, because although he suffered, it's not the suffering I'm looking for. I'm looking for the suffering of day after day after year behind bars, because that's going to give him a different type of pain, and that's going to make him wish, probably by the end, that he was dead. Now, I don't know, like I said, what he did was not right, but hey.
That's what you think.
Well, I feel like those years and years and years behind bars and bars and bars, we paying for them. So I think that kind of suffering for him to really, his body was going through some sort of change, for 4 hours, and then you have a heart attack. So that good elephant sitting on your chest feeling, I don't think, it's lightweight, no pun intended, but and I really didn't hear, about what he did, and I also didn't hear about the gentleman who was supposed to be executed 14 days later. I don't know what he did.
The same night. There was a dude that was supposed to be executed that night. He got to stay for 14 days.
Right. Okay. Due to the mishap of the 3 injections of the drug, and I'm pretty sure his ass was so big because I know with them plaits in his head, he looked like the VCU Ram. I know he was like, "Yo, for real, no. Listen, wait, Sean. I want to go fast, you know." But I guess that he really got his justice. I mean, it's done. You know, he's not sitting behind bars, which I really, again, money. Why? Just go ahead and let him do it. And
I just think the torture would have been better over years.
I mean, no, because did you see how big his head was? He was gonna be somebody. Look, he was making somebody his girlfriend. He was, he was gonna be fat. He was gonna be like the king. What if you seen? You ever watch Prison Break? I mean, you know how the people, you got the kings of the jail. He could have been doing that. He could have been already.
I missed that show.
Well, social media, jump in here. 804-402-2893. Call us up. Be down with the discussion or hit us up. Joy is hitting us up. She's talking about the death penalty, and she just says death penalty. And I'm guessing that you just shaking your head at it like I am. I am on the fence that I will never endorse torture. Me personally, I can never actually endorse torturous behavior, whether it's for someone who we can agree deserves to be tortured or not. I'm just not one that ever endorses something like that. And so if we're going to put somebody to death, I would much prefer for it to be quick. I'm just not somebody who can say, you know what, you did all of these terrible things, I want you to have a slow death. That's just not how my mind works. You know, if somebody got to go, then just take them out and let them go. You know, the punishment of not getting to live anymore for me is enough. I don't need to pull your toenails out and make you suffer. That's just not something that I'm okay with.
What's the movie that just
me personally?
Yeah, I mean, I have a problem with how this gentleman left. It's because I kind of pictured it when I had to get Alexander euthanized, and it's kind of the same way what they do. They, put in.
I'm sorry,
my cat.
Oh, my bad, Cheryl.
And that's over.
Rest in peace.
But Alex was dying, and they it's kind of similar to what they do. They euthanize them. They give you first they gave him this little like relaxer, like it looked like a muscle relaxer, and it looks like that he's alive. And then the NAICS tube, whatever that they give him, it was something that was really quick that just made him go to sleep. Just stopped his heart. And to me, just to see that we treat our animals, our pets, better, and I don't think that he should have deserved that. But then again, karma is a bitch. What goes around comes around. I mean, you may not deserve to have it go that way, but your fate, that's what caused you to have it. And the guy who has to leave 14 days after, hopefully he's gonna confess, his sins or whatever, and just be prepared in 14 days. I'm surprised you didn't answer this question, Marcus. If we had to be executed, which way we would want to go?
Well, we talked about that.
You did?
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
I think I would want to do the firing squad.
I would do the chair if it was me.
Oh, hey, I would do the firing squad.
I would do the chair.
Yeah.
That's just me. I figure if I wilded out and was a jackass, I might as well have a little fun with it. Firing squad.
Marcus would be like,
people shoot at you.
I ain't doing no firing
It's a whole line.
Okay, because I feel like the way that I'm built, I would catch them. And I would not die.
You're not going to catch them with your teeth.
I ain't doing no firing squad, yo. Because they said the firing squad, like if you get a jackass who can't shoot, you might catch one in like the thigh or something, and then your ass got to suffer. Then you want to talk about suffer? That's a suffering. Can you just shoot me between the eyes and make this go away quick? Huh?
Oh my God! Get your head cut off.
It's 1, 2, 3. You never know.